joining us. This is Matt Hillebrand. I'm here with Chef Anthony, Don's Appliance corporate chef. We're going to be going over some really cool topics today. We're going to be talking about cleaning our cooking appliances, and also dive into a little bit about cleaning coffee makers. You know, whether it's a built-in coffee maker or just a countertop coffee maker.
Yeah.
So why don't we dive into the whole
dive
coffee
in. You
coffee
know this
maker.
is a sweet spot in my heart. You know what I mean? Near and dear. I'm a clean freak.
Yeah, well,
You're right.
That's exactly
All
right.
The coffee one, you know, everyone says, do I really have to descale this unit? You know, is this the thing? You know, the coffee maker is one of the best pieces that you guys can have in your kitchen. You know what I mean? It's one-touch cappuccino, espressos. You know, depending on the make and model, coffee's from all over the world, but it is one of the most maintenance products ever because you have to descale it. It's going to build up. And think about what we're doing here. You know, we're frothing milk, we're grinding beans. You know, there's going to be, you know, scale. There's going to be a little bit of buildup on all that stuff. You know, depending on what unit you have, you know, you're going to go from, you know, probably 250 cups to around 400 cups, depending on the units that we sell.
Yep,
So,
and we've got countertop units or the built-ins, and it is very, very important with the descaling. Not only are you going to be cleaning out, you know, where the frothing may be if you're doing cappuccinos, but the big thing is it's going to clean out the internal workings where water would touch certain elements or touch certain components inside the coffee maker.
Yeah.
So a lot of our water, you know, we're calcium rich, right? There's a lot of calcium in our water, and it'll cause deposits. And if you do not descale your coffee maker, again, if it's a countertop unit or the built-in, you're going to have problems. So you do have to definitely maintain them.
Yeah. What else? What other than the descale are we talking about here? Because you know we talk about the brew unit, we talk about the grind house. I mean, it's literally going to grind these beans and grind every cup of coffee fresh for you every time.
Just real quick, so the brew unit is where the beans get ground into and they're held. So that's actually an area that the water would pass through that would give you that perfect cup of coffee. That brew unit gets a lot of grounds put in it over the course of use. So we have to make sure that that gets washed out, typically with just hot water, you know, once a month, because what'll happen is coffee will turn to like syrup and it'll bind up those brew units and we'll have issues. So we got to make sure we maintain our coffee units.
Yeah, take a good look and check out all those YouTube clips that we have about doing those because it's pertinent to get that perfect cup of coffee every time.
Yep.
You'll understand it.
Yeah, and for the external area, you know, we've got a great water-based stainless steel cleaner. So our stainless steel cleaner can clean the outside of your coffee maker. It'll clean anything that's stainless. But the greatest part about our stainless steel cleaner, it works really well on refrigerators. The touch points, right?
Yeah, you're right. The touch points. I mean, and we have that, you know, at all of our locations. But you know, being that it's water-based and not oil-based, you don't see that haze and you don't see that extra fingerprint or like. You know, if you hit it with a micro towel and you put your finger over and you see that just that residual. I mean, the water-based one actually helps bond off a little bit of the oil and the vapors, even when you're cooking and things like that too. That I tell people, you know, if you're using your chimney hood and things like that, you know, keep treating it with the water-based stainless, and you know, go away from the oil-based stainless or the wipes because. You know, they just won't work and you end up wasting your time a lot.
Well, that and you'll be upset, right?
Yeah.
Nobody likes to get a product that doesn't work the way you think it's supposed to work, right? Our stainless steel cleaner, because it's water-based and because it's the only cleaner we have found that we are willing to put our name on, we also guarantee that you're going to be happy with it. So if you don't like it, bring it back to one of our locations and we'll give you a full refund.
How long has Don's been offering that stainless steel?
We've actually had it a little over 15 years. So about 15 years ago, we experimented when stainless steel first started coming out. Finally found a formula that we liked, and we put our name on it, and here we are.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, no paper towel. I stray away from the paper towel. Use the microfiber towels. Use the lint-resistant cloth. A dark cloth, too, works well in those aspects because, you know, the paper towel, you're just going to put the lint back on. You're really just spinning your wheels at that point.
Well, let's dive on the inside of one of the hardest things to deal with sometimes, and that's self-cleaning a range or a wall oven.
This stops people dead in their tracks. They're like, uh-oh, I got to self-clean. What do I do? You know, do I do this? Is it do I have self-cleaning in my oven? Is it self-cleaning, you know?
So I'm going to do it.
Question.
Yeah, let me dive in. I'm more of a technical guy on the self-cleaning. So when you want to do it, whenever you want to self-clean your oven, right? If it's a mess, self-clean it whenever you want. A couple key things with self-clean. Always pull the racks out. Got to pull the racks out, especially those racks that roll out or have roller bearings, because otherwise you're going to destroy those racks. Next thing, what self-cleaning truly is a high intense temperature inside the oven. You're over 700 degrees inside the oven, and essentially what you're doing is you are baking what is inside the oven off of the interior and creating a small pile of dust or debris at the bottom. So once the self-cleaning feature is over, and it usually goes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, you need to get in there and you need to wipe out the residual. And you do need to do some excess cleaning if you really want it to be perfect. So it's not an end-all be-all, but it does work well.
You're right, and we tell customers all the time, you know, if you're in there, I mean, these are all sealed systems now. There's no exposed, you know, bake elements like there were before. You know, get in there and, you know, take some of the heavy stuff off. Like, you know, do the heavy lifting for your oven before. You know what I mean? So we're not really working it and, you know, working the product that much, but you know, make sure you think about the glass, and then you think about the vented door too. You know, there's vents in the door for it to vent out. You don't want any water in between there, because that'll get in between the glasses and the panes, and then, you know, Don's has to come out, you know, take your door.
And that's not covered under warranty. That's a service call, so be careful. You know, the other method of cleaning is steam cleaning. And essentially what that is, you just put a cup of water in the bottom of the oven, hit the steam option. It gets to just under 180 degrees just to cause internal steam. So inside the oven will be 180. The point at which it does create steam is over 200. So it's a little safer, works totally different. It is new. A lot of people, they're not totally sold on it, but it does work well and it protects your electronics, you know. But the last thing we want to just dive in real quickly on is electric versus induction versus gas.
Oh, man.
You know, the big thing, gas. People love gas because it's instant on, instant off, right? You've got total control.
And they've been used to it. A lot of people, you know, started out with gas ranges and then really poured into the electric game, right?
Why people like electric is because a lot of places you can't get gas, but it's easier to clean. And now we've got induction. Induction's great because you get that instant on, instant off. It's more powerful than gas. It's more responsive than gas. It's safer than gas. And also, it's as easy to clean as electric, but you don't have that, you know, that major heat on the glass top that you have with a glass electric radiant burner.
You're right. It checks all the points on it. You know what I mean? You have the power of gas, the look of electric. Better than both because we are more efficient, and, you know, we're using it with the ferromagnetic pots, so we're creating a burner just right there, so we're not really wasting any energy or, you know, money, truthfully.
It's the most energy efficient product available, so be sure to drop by any of our locations to check out some of the products we've discussed today. Go to donsappliances.com. Have a great day.
All right, we'll see you guys.